Welcome to The Energy Says. I'm Jane Sohn, and each week we're decoding the unseen, aligning with our highest timeline, and learning to trust what the energy is trying to tell us. Let's get into it. Welcome to today's episode. I want to start off today with a question for you. Have you ever met someone and just instantly felt at ease before they even said anything? Like just being in their presence did something within you, within your body. Or maybe you walked into a room and immediately wanted to leave because the vibes were off. Or even like you had a knot in your stomach before you received some type of bad news because you just knew. Your body knew before your mind did, right? We have so many of those moments in our lives that we can pinpoint, yet we can't quite explain. Today, we're going to talk about why that happens. Now, I feel like from a really young age, we've been taught to override our body signals. We're told, don't trust your body, just, be productive, keep going, chug on, go forward. It's even these little micro moments of, you have to finish everything on your plate. Even if you're full, you have to clear the whole plate. Or don't cry, right now is not the time to cry. Or, hey, you need to be nice. Even if you've been violated in some way, you need to be nice. Or maybe it's something like stay in the job even if you're not happy because of XYZ, whatever your reason is. Maybe you even ignore your exhaustion and you just have this idea that you need to push through. It'll all be okay. I just have to get through this week, this month, this deadline, whatever we say to ourselves. Eventually, we start becoming experts at listening to everyone and getting everyone else's opinion and not listening to ourselves. We stop asking the questions, what am I feeling? Like, what am I even feeling right now? And we start asking, like, what should I do? What do I need to do? What's my next move? Let me ignore what my body's saying to me. I need to know what I need to do. Your body is constantly receiving information. It's always taking in your environmental cues, things that's going on, things from other people. They can look like tension, or they can look like relaxation when we feel really comfortable and safe. They can look like expansion when we just feel really energized. Or they can be contraction, resistance. I mean, heck, I was watching a rom-com the other day and I felt those butterflies again like I haven't felt in a while, right? There's so many things within our body that just start to pick up on different sensors around us because your body notices before your conscious mind has any kind of language to it. It's real awareness that your body is speaking to you even when you're not fully paying attention to what is going on. The body's constantly processing through your environment, through relationships, emotions, your experiences. And how our body responds to us in these types of situation scenarios is really quite simple. And it's not something that we pay attention to enough. It is really just, do I feel expansive right now or do I feel contraction? It's like getting an opportunity. It's the opportunity you always dreamed of. It's exactly how you envisioned it. And suddenly you feel that contraction happen in your body. You feel like this isn't quite the right thing. Or it's when you think about like a dream that you had and you suddenly start to feel lighter as if you're transported to a different place, a different environment. Your body is always speaking to you through sensations, through how it's perceiving the world around it and it's reacting to it. And what I love about really just boiling it down to, is this expansive for me or is this a contraction, is we can start to dig a little bit deeper into our experience. This doesn't mean that everything that's a contraction is wrong, right? I don't want to bucket that because oftentimes we have fears within us. We have a belief structure to where we can start to feel a contraction even when it's not really something we have a contraction about. It's really our belief that's causing the contraction. But with that said, when we start to listen to that, when we start to say, oh, shoot, I don't know why, but I really, I wanted to go to that party, but I just don't feel like it right now. You have the opportunity to dig a little bit deeper and really uncover what your body is saying. Like, is it a fear about something, or is it genuinely an intuitive hit of you knowing that this just isn't the right time or place for whatever it is? Now, when we get lost in our heads, when we decide not to use our body to tell us, to intuitively tell us what we need to know, we end up in our minds. And the thing about your mind is that your mind loves certainty. Your brain wants guarantees. Your body, on the other hand, it loves truth. It wants congruence. And when we're operating in our lives every day, we often wait for certainty before we jump. We wait for certainty. Do I know I have another job before leaving my current job because I don't want to lose health insurance, right? That was my story for so long. Or I just had some construction workers come to my house, and it's like you ask them, are you sure that's the problem? Like, are you sure this is going to fix it? We want that certainty so bad from a mental standpoint that we won't even trust what's going on with our body until we can calm our minds down. But certainty, like, it rarely comes first, right? Alignment has to come first. And this is why I know you and how different you are and how different you choose to operate. Because when you start to align and trust your intuition, trust your body's little signals, it will start to flow so easily. This doesn't mean your life gets easy. It means the way that you perceive it and the way that things start to unravel really gets to be this beautiful, expansive moment. I remember at a time in my life when I really thought I had everything I could desire, there would be these moments where I would just start crying. And I couldn't figure out why. It really made no sense to me. I had no reason to be crying. I had no reason to feel sad or feel the way that I did. And I often just equated it to something's wrong with me, right? How many of us feel like we need to have a reason why we feel a certain way? Otherwise, we're crazy and there's something going on that we need to quote unquote fix. It's really your body's way of speaking to you to just let you know, hey, like something's off and I'm doing the best that I can to get you back into alignment. Now, the way your body speaks to you can be in so many different ways, and I know you've experienced probably all of them. But just to name a few, right? Like goosebumps. I personally love getting goosebumps because it just lets me know that whatever I'm watching or experiencing is just such a good moment. Maybe it's like taking a deep breath and having a big sigh. If your body just does that and you go, oh, wow, I didn't know I needed to take a big breath. It could be crying, right? Crying is such a good indicator. So many times, especially on my social media, I see comments all the time of people going, I just started crying. I don't know why. Your body is speaking to you. Your body is totally giving you a message, and it doesn't have to be anything profound. It could really just be, hey, I needed to cry right now, and I finally felt like I was safe enough to cry and let it out, so thank you. It could feel like random jaw tension or random nausea. I know there have been times in my life where I have felt nauseous out of nowhere. And when I started to dig deeper into what was going on, it was just a lot of chaos within my mind that had led me to this point where my body was reacting in that way, right? It could feel like chills. It could feel like you're suddenly getting hot. It could feel like butterflies within you. There's just so many different ways that your body is speaking to you. And when we start to put it in the context of this is our body sending us a message, we really get to start to operate from a different place. I think so often we don't pay attention to our body until something is really wrong when we find ourselves in the hospital. And that most of the time, not always, but most of the time, it's because we were missing the subtle cues. We had just let them accumulate over time, and they ended up to the point where they could no longer tolerate everything we were pushing down, everything we were holding in, and it had to express itself in this way. So my challenge for you really is, can you pay attention to the small cues? Can you start to build a relationship with your body and how it speaks to you? And you can start off easy. Can you just bucket it into expansive or a contraction? It really gets to be a practice of tuning in and being present with this body, this vessel that is doing the work it needs to do to keep you alive, to keep you healthy, to keep you at your best with the environment that it's in. I personally do a lot of body checks on myself, especially when I feel like something is not quite right. Every morning, I go an hour without my phone. And in that hour, I really just tune into my body and figure out if I feel slightly off. If there's an area of my body that feels like it's not flowing like it should, if it's maybe in pain, or if it just feels like it's contracted in some way. It's such a beautiful practice to really let me know how I'm starting my day and give me the opportunity to get back into my energy, into my flow. Because these moments we think are just so small and we think we don't have time for them and we have all this other stuff we need to get to do. But I will tell you this from experience. When you take these moments and really just treat them with presence, with love, and with surrender, it opens you up to so much more. It allows you to get ahead of the big issue that could potentially snowball on later on down the line, and know that trust that your body's working for you, not against you. It is constantly guiding you to the path that is right for you, the path of least resistance for you in your life, and it's not going to look like everyone else's. It's so unique to who you are and how you're coded that it can only really speak to you in this way. So my challenge for you this week is to tune into your body, see what it's telling you, see what it needs, and allow yourself to build that connection. Because when you start to get so in tune to your body that you know the second you do something or the second you think about something, it feels off, you can trust that. Because when we can trust our body over our mind, we start to open up so much more. All right, that is it for today's episode. If you haven't already downloaded the free 10-minute breathwork audio for expansion, it goes so well with today's podcast and what we just talked about. I will leave the link for it in the description so you can grab it. You can listen to it anytime you need. It really is a great way to bring yourself back to your body and open up to expansion. All right, I will catch you in the next one.